Hello and welcome to my channel. I am Zodiac Bandit, and today I pose a question to you. What do you think the death of Bertrand Bell means for Campaign 3? Because I'm going to tell you what I think it means. Right off the bat, based on Episode 4, I don't believe his death will affect Orem, Fern, or Laudna very much at all. They seemed completely indifferent upon his death, as they had only just met him. And honestly, those were the ones who least interacted with him. So for them to not overly mind or show too much emotion right off the bat is pretty fair. The first person who's been affected by his death will be FCG, and his is very surface level. He is going to have to pick up a therapist role for the people around him so they can talk about it, because maybe they won't talk about it to everybody at once, but one person and somebody who doesn't have feelings himself will be a perfect, person to talk to. It'll be like talking to a wall, and a wall that answers. So it'll be nice for people to have this therapist character, and that's what Sam made him for. He is a therapist dog, essentially, and because of Bertrand's death, he's going to have to be that role much sooner for a lot more characters. So obviously, Dorian Storm was greatly affected by his death as well. He blames himself for allowing Bertrand Bell to go off to his death. And because of that, he's going to want to stick around with people more. Make sure that the heals are available to them. Make sure that no one's ever alone to be ganked in the middle of an alleyway. Make sure that no one is ever by themselves if they stub their toe without healing. He's going to be that kind of clingy guy now, because this is a guy who he only knew for a day. And imagine what he's going to be like if Orem and Fern go out by themselves and he's not there to heal them. And I truly believe that that is going to force him to stick with those people. Even Ashton and FCG, who doesn't know all that well. He's going to stick by them, make sure that they're not completely alone, just themselves, and we're never going to see anybody until Dorian leaves. We're never going to see someone go off by themselves ever again. And also Imogen. She, in my opinion, was developing a very strong father-daughter relationship with Bertrand Bell. There was an entire hour-long segment where it was just the two of them trying to gather information. They bounced off each other really well, and they seemed to have a good time, standing there talking to each other, working together. And she had this dream, and this was the first time someone had ever appeared in her dream other than her. And that's going to deeply affect her. There was a connection there, and she knows it. And now that connection is never going to see anything beyond that dream because he's gone. And due to this, I think she's going to have the most effect on her mind. She's going to never mistrust a dream ever again. She's going to immediately bounce on it. She's going to try to wake herself up immediately. She's going to try to go out and make sure everyone's okay. And I also believe she's going to have a Dorian complex where she doesn't let them go off by themselves. She's going to always make sure someone is with someone. And eventually, that might lead to her trying to protect people, and she might die for it, just like Dorian might. But this whole thing with her deeper connection is going to, beat her down. Maybe she's not going to be the most trusting. So whoever Travis's next character comes in may be super distant from Imogen. You never know until we see it, but I think that's a very good possibility. And the last person, in my opinion, who's going to be affected by this a lot harder than most is Ashton. Ashton showed off that he truly did care for Bertrand Bell. And I think that fuck off on the bottom of his jacket is a mild ploy, because I think he truly cares about all of them. I mean, the guy literally went out and bought sandwiches for everybody except Bertrand Bell. And then once he found out Bertrand had died, he regretted not buying him one, because now he didn't even have that nice gesture for him at the end. But at the same time, right afterwards, he led a massive charge in this investigation to find whoever killed him. He took them down below to where he lives, got information on certain people who could tell him about the Hunbat Corsairs, and then from there they went to this underground marketplace where someone might have information on Duggar until they got trapped. But he led that investigation. He was the one that took charge to make sure that they found this guy's killer. And that truly shows that he cared a lot more than anything else. And if it doesn't affect him anything beyond that, it showed us as viewers that fuck off on his jacket might not be the most sincere. So this is what I believe Bertrand Bell's death means. It's going to be what connected the group, or at least the 4 characters that I listed today, on a far deeper level than we're going to make money together and we're good as a team. This truly is the connecting piece And it was a nice way to do it. And it's a new tool for DMs to use to bring a group together. One of the hardest things, in my opinion, is how do I get these guys to work together without it just seeming like they're working together out of convenience? And now, 4 players, in my opinion, are certainly going to work together to reach a common goal rather than out of convenience, because now they have someone to go after, and it's all because of Bertrand Bell. And also, I think this is going to affect the game on a player level, because now Travis gets to make a new character, or already has a new character, and he's going to introduce a new character. So my predictions list is still alive.